Welcome to the Red Flag Diaries, the podcast that shows you what's really going on, with your hosts Amanda Hart and Belinda Coleman.
So Belle, this is our intro to our podcast series, and I just thought it'd be really good for us to explain to the audience who we are and why we came together, because this wasn't contrived, was it? And it certainly wasn't something that we thought was going to happen when we first met. So do you want to share a bit about the story of how we met and why we're doing this?
Of course. So Amanda and I are both #1 best-selling published authors, and we were invited to an event and a dinner. And Amanda and I met at the hotel in the morning for the event, and I had already flagged up that there was no oat milk there. And I saw Amanda looking around, and I happened to say to her, "Are you looking for oat milk?" And she said yes. And that's how it started.
Yes, and we've been joined at the hip since, haven't we, really?
Pretty much. We actually, after the event that day, we went and sat in the foyer for 3 hours. Yeah. And after the 3 hours, when we were actually meant to be sitting at a table for the dinner, we were still talking, weren't we?
Yeah.
Foyer.
Yeah, we were. Literally, time stood still. And I think that was the thing. It was that drive home for me that said to me, this is one of those people that come into your life and they're meant to be in your life for a reason. I didn't quite know at the time what that was. But then I was talking about you to the film producer who's involved in the film project that I've been involved in for a long time. And he instantly said, "Oh my gosh, Amanda, this woman's supposed to be involved in the film project." And it kind of started from there, didn't it? It really. So just for the viewers, just to let them know, we have been involved in a film project which is about raising awareness about the very subject that we're going to be talking about over the course of the episodes that are going to come. And this has been something that first started back in 2015, and I've been very fortunate to have attracted the most incredible multi-award winning film producer, Simon Powell. Incredibly spiritual, very earthy, and he has got his own crew, and we had started part of the filming. But as soon as you stepped into the project, it was almost like you waved a magic wand and things started to happen. And what I loved about your energy was that, A, we had this synergy in how we want to help make the world a better place, especially through relationships. But there's also an integrity and a level of authenticity. And also, that, you know, what you bring to the table is the fact that you've got this whole world of your experience in the football world, professional football world, which had really opened my eyes to look at a whole different industry around this conversation. So we started having these conversations, didn't we? And I think you came up with the idea of the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Because originally I wanted to, because of my background in the football world, having been married to a high-profile professional footballer for almost 2 decades, I wanted to raise awareness around that world, perhaps maybe in a slightly different way. But now this has evolved and we've both grown together. It's now become deeper. It's become a project that is very close to both our hearts, and our passions and our vision and our mission just meshed, it just aligned, and therefore we were able to merge both our worlds. It's like we came together, and from that very first meeting, this is born, and so much more. And Amanda and I speak to each other 2, 3, 4 times a day now. But yeah, so I mean, the biggest part for me is educating young people to recognize what's going on earlier so that they can learn to recognize the patterns and all things we're going to be talking about on the Red Flag Diaries, to recognize suppose, so that they can actually avoid, sticking into the same relationships that we did, and having years of, your life being governed and controlled by something that you may not know when you're younger. And therefore, what's raising awareness around the subject, because awareness saves lives.
And I think that was the thing that really struck me with you. You wanted to look at young people in particular, and one of the biggest demographics in the domestic abuse arena is 16 to 23-year-olds. So I thought, well, this is a conversation to be had. And then since we started thinking about the podcast, we magically attracted all the different people who have come into this project, who all have this real depth of passion to make this something incredible. For instance, this incredible backdrop, the set has all been created by the lovely Kerry Hussein, who is an incredible brand ambassador. She used to work on the Graham Norton show for 17 years. She's got a huge amount of experience in television and professional football as well, which was by coincidence with Arsenal Football Club. So she was on board with this straight away. We've got the lovely Jen, who's actually standing in the background there, who's doing all the filming for us, and also all the social media side of things. We've got the See-Through MPD that this is sponsored by, who are paying for the episodes to be created by the lovely Kieran. And we've got Vicky and Andrew Dixon, who created See-Through MPD. And I'd like to say at this stage, we're both ambassadors. So we'll add all of this information into the description for each episode, so people can actually find out, to go onto the links to see what we're talking about, where to get help from.
Yeah, and of course, it's been so organic. And it's been through conversations that we've had that this has come about. Yeah. And it's these conversations that we're going to be having, during the podcast, that will hopefully help people, save people. And I'm talking about save them from the perils that, are becoming widely known in this country as domestic abuse, coercive control. We're going to talk about those subjects as well. And it's just because ultimately both Amanda and I have our stories that then really was the subject of our books. And from there we just came together from there. And actually the similarities between us and our lives are quite incredible. And it's as if we were actually meant to cross paths at some stage in our lives, and it's been like sliding doors. I've missed each other because we were born in the same town, went to neighbouring schools, went to the same nightclubs, went to the same swimming baths, and it's just like this was meant to be. Yes, it was like a match made in heaven. Since I've met Amanda, she's inspired me, and she's wanted. I've just wanted to be a better person because of everything that they're doing, because it's when you're serving. It's such an amazing feeling when you're helping, when you're serving, when you're living your purpose. Life changes, and what you're attracting to life, exactly what Amanda was talking about. The people that have come into our lives since we got together, it's been quite incredible, really, and it's testament to what they're doing there.
So the first episode, you inspired me with that one because you said this is great timing. You could talk about football because it's a massive area of your expertise, and also because it's it's going to be coming out. Yeah, the episode's coming out on the 15th of July. So how timely is this?
Yeah, so the final is on the 19th. So it's very good timing actually to raise awareness around major tournaments in the football industry. Because these are facts, and this is information that not everybody will be aware of unless you're our circulars. Yeah, no, it's quite astounding, and it's quite it's really a legacy that you want to read up to this.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll leave this for now, but yeah, we can't wait to dive in and start the first episode, and look forward to doing this with you more.
Yes, absolutely. Here's to the first episode and many more to come. Absolutely.